Hello everyone, Reza here. In this video, we will learn all about the modern combo box control. This control is now generally available, so let's explore its different features, properties, see how we can use it to search for large data, and a lot more. So let's check this video out in action. The modern combo box control in PowerApps is now generally available. I'll add the combo box control to my screen. To get modern controls, make sure App Settings, Updates, Modern Controls and Themes are turned on. The combo box control lets users select values from a provided list of choices. Let's explore the properties and features of the modern combo box control. Items property. This is an array of data that includes the provided set of choices when the user selects the combo box. The items property, you can hardcode the values, you can get data from a data source or from collections and more. For the demo, I'll use an array of color names. So now if you notice, the combo box includes the names of the colors. I'll preview the app. I select the combo box. It loads the values that it can accept. I'll pick green. The color green is the selected value. I select the combo box. It opens again and gives me the opportunity to change the value. If you want to clear the value, you will have to select and delete the value. By default, there is a property called IsSearchable that is on. So this will allow me to search for the values that are being shown in the combo box. As I type some search text, it uses that to search in the provided data in the items property. So I can search, select, click out. That value is loaded in the combo box. The property allow searching is on. If I turn this off, this time it won't allow me to type search text and the user can select a value from the options provided. Allow multiple selections. I'll turn this feature on. This time, when I open the combo box, it allows me to select multiple options and it loads the options with checkboxes. As I start selecting or unselecting the values, you can see how the combo box control selected values changes on the top. For multi-select scenario, to clear all the values, the user has to open the combo box and start unselecting the selected values. Searching is currently off. Let's go ahead and turn the searching feature on. This time, I can search for values, select values. If I click out, you can see it has that value selected. I'll pick green, purple. Now let's say at this point, I want to search for another value. Let's try searching for blue. If I type BL, at this point, the search text is this entire selected string. So if the user needs to search for another value, Control A and then start typing. Now I can select that value, click out, and this time it's gone ahead and added blue to the list of my multi-selections. The combo box has a property called trigger output. By default, it is key press. On every keystroke, it will provide the output values of the control. I can decide to output the values when the user focuses out of the control. Delayed meaning if the user stops performing an action for 30 seconds. To get the output values, I'll go and insert the modern text control. For now, I've set my combo box control to single select. Here, I would like to get its value. So I'll point to the combo box control. In my case, the control is called combo box canvas 2 dot selected dot value. So now if I select a value in my combo box control, you can see how the value is displayed in that text control. This is for a single select combo box scenario. Let's change the combo box to multi-select. I'll pick purple and blue. Notice the text control shows the last selected value. That's because I'm using combobox.selected.value. If you want all the selected values, instead of combobox.selected, we pick SelectedItems, which will return tabular data. This will include all the selections that are made in the combo box control. The text property requires data in the form of string. Selected items is tabular, so let's use the concat function to concatenate the selected items of the table. Go and grab its value and concatenate that with a string separator. I'll say comma space. I'll close my concat function. Notice, depending upon the selections I make, the values will be listed in the bottom. I have added another text control. For this one, I'll use my combo box controls property called search text. For this combo box, searching is on. So notice, as I type the text to search on, that search text is what is being printed in this text control. If I select blue, click out. Now these are the three values that are set for the combo box, and the search text was blue. So we do get the search text property that we can use for some advanced processing. I'll show that in the video later. For the combo box, I'll head over to advanced. There is a property called input text placeholder. This is the instructional text shown to users when no items are selected in the combo box. In my case, the combo box includes an array of colors. Find colors. That's my instructional text. You can also put emojis here. Multi-value delimiter. For multi-select combo boxes, you can select what delimiter is added in between items. By default, it's a comma with a space. I'll change this to, let's say, a semicolon. This time, if I pick multiple values, you can see the combo box is showcasing the selected values. Semicolon space is the delimiter. Default selected items. This is the default or the initial value of the combo box control before the user selects a different value. If I simply type the text blue, it will result in an error. If I put this as an object, it will still result as an error. But if I define this as an array, it requires tabular data. The choice values, the items property of my combo box has the value blue. That's the reason why when I set default selected items to blue, it selected blue by default to begin with. I'll add another item to my default selected items array. I've added green. Observe, the combo box has blue and green pre-selected to begin with. I'll just change this to blue, and the combo box, I will make it single select. Same concept works. I just need one value in default selected items. That would be the default selected value to begin with. Validation state. By default, this is set to none. The only other value it expects is error. If the validation state is set to error, the control's border is highlighted in red. Very useful for scenarios where you want to highlight to the user that the selected value does not match your validation requirements. Let's take an example. My combo box, I'll make it multi-select. The user has to select at least two values. The validation state I will set as follows. If count rows of self, meaning the control itself, dot selected items, which is tabular data. So if the count of the number of selected items, if this is less than 2, then error, else none. So notice the red border, as I only have one value selected. If I have two values selected, the error goes away. If I have one value or no value selected, the validation state will highlight it with this red border. And this text control that I have, I'll use it to display a validation message here. Must select two colors. And the visibility of this text control will be my combo box control dot validation state. Is it equal to error? So notice it says must select two colors. I've selected one. The error persists. I pick a second one. The validation state is set to none. The error message goes away. On change. Actions performed when the user changes the value of the control. In this case, I will notify the user about the total count of items selected. That's my formula. Let's try this out. Blue and green is selected. I select yellow. Count of items selected now is 3. I'll remove blue. Total count is 2. Remove green. Total count is 1. If I search, on every keystroke, it will initiate on change. I select purple. Now, 2 items are selected. Now, the items property of my combo box, let's try with a large data set. For the demo purpose, I have created a collection on start of this app. I have loaded 10,000 rows of data into this collection. It includes 3 properties, category, ID, and name. And the name goes from item 1 all the way to item 10,000. For the combo box's items property, I will set that collection, which is called data. Let's preview and select the combo box. It gives me values. My table called data has 3 columns. Which column value should it be listing in the combo box? That's a decision you have to take as the app maker. For the combo box properties under display, there is fields. Here, if you're providing tabular data that has multiple columns, I can go and decide which field value I would want to show. So I'll pick name. I can also add the other columns here, but only the first column that's listed will be used for the user to select the values from. The user can select multiple items. Now imagine a scenario where I pick an item that I scrolled at the bottom to select from. And now if I want to unselect values, I have to look through all the values and then start unselecting. We can insert a button control. I've picked the modern button, which allows me to add icons. on select of the button, I will use the reset function to reset the combo box control. So if I select this, the combo box control will go back to its default state. It's gone back to empty. Now, how many items does this combo box load? My collection has 10,000 rows of data. Well, if I start scrolling down, I'll get the answer. The modern combo box control loads up to 800 rows of data. And the searching feature will work only for those 800 rows. If I search for 777, I get the result. But if I add one more 7, although that item is there on the collection, the combo box cannot search on it. For scenarios where your data is large, the combo box's items property is currently set to the collection of data. Let's change this. I'll use the search function. Search on my collection. What's the text that I want to use for searching? Self.search text. And which column do you want to search in? Search in the name column. This time, if you notice, I'll type 7777. You can see how it got that value. Even though the number of items that the combo box loads is maximum up to 800, in this case, I'm using the PowerApps function to dynamically search for large data. There is the concept of delegation here if you're querying a data source. Now, if I select this item, that item is set in my combo box. The modern form control experience, which is also generally available. The data source that I have selected in this case is a SharePoint list, category, single select choice, status, single select choice, tags, multi-select choice column. For the modern form control, when I connect it to my SharePoint list, the fields that it loads or the fields that I add to the form control from that SharePoint list, the modern form control will accordingly utilize the different modern controls depending upon the type of the column. For title and description that are text fields, it uses the text input control. For all my choice columns, it uses the modern combo box control. If I click new, here I can create a new idea. The combo box controls will show the choice values from my choice columns in SharePoint. Multi-select will have multi-select enabled. Single select will be single select. All of them by default have searching enabled. If you would like to turn it off, you simply select the combo box control and turn off allow searching. If you would like to set a default value for the column to begin with, I will select the data card, unlock the data card, go to its default property. By default, it starts with this item.category. The default value I would like to set to product to begin with. So here I can use the formula if my form.mode is form_mode.new, meaning the user is creating a new item. In that case, I would like to default a value for my combo box control. Now, this is where understanding the type of your column in your data source is very important. Category is a choice column single select. For SharePoint here, I'll use an object, two curly braces, value colon in double quotes, case sensitive. I need to put the exact value. When the user creates a new item, it defaults to product to begin with. Tags, multi-select. Here, my default values, I'll try and set it to automation and AI. Once again, select the control, unlock, default. If my form.mode is form_mode.new, then this is a multi-select column, so array of objects, value : AI, comma, I close the formula, the default tags value is AI, value : automation. Those are the two selected values by default. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.